We are starting on Daf Kafchet Amud Bet. It says, Rav Avya Chalash. Rav Avya was sick. Velo ata lapirka de Rav Yosef. And he did not come to the class of Rav Yosef. Right? And we said how Rav Yosef was the head of the yeshiva in a city called Pumbedita. And he would give a class on Shabbat morning, after Shacharit, and before Musaf, right? They would all go to this class from the Beit Knesset to the Beit Midrash, and they would listen to the class, and after the class, they'd go to the shul and finish up with Musaf. So Rav Avia, for some reason, didn't show up, right? It says because he wasn't feeling well, and Lamachar, the next day on Sunday, Ki'ata, when he came back to the Beit Midrash, Ba Abaye wanted La'anuche da'ate de Rav Yosef, to make Rav Yosef feel a little bit better. Right? Apparently Rav Yosef was insulted by this. Amar le, he said to him, so Abaye said to Rav Avya, my tama, what's the reason lo atamar la pirka? Why didn't the master come to the class? Amar le, so Rav Avya said back to Abaye, Dahava chalash libai, my heart was feeling weak. V'lo matzina, and I wasn't able to. Amar le, so Abaye said to Rav Avya, amai lo ta'amt midei va'atit, why don't you eat something and come? It's like this, if you were feeling faint, you could have eaten something, come to the class, and you're good. Amar le, so Rav Avya says to Abaye, lo savar lamar, doesn't the master hold? Laha the Rav Huna, this the Rav Huna says, the Amar Rav Huna, the Rav Huna says, asur lo la'adam le'shit klum, it is asur for a person to taste anything, kodem shit paleh tfilat musafin, before he prays musaf. Says, how was I supposed to come? How was I supposed to eat something? Because I didn't pray musaf, right? And we learned that it's asur to eat before musaf. So Amar le, so Abaye said, Ibaye le lamar litzlo itzlo to the musafin biyachid lit'o midev lemaite. So Abaye said, the master should have prayed musaf by himself, and then he should have eaten something. Amar le, Rav Avya says to Abaye, below savar lamar, doesn't the master hold? Lahadam Rabbi Yochanan, this Rabbi Yochanan says, asur lo la'adam sheyakdim tfilato letfilat hatzibor, it's asur for a person to pray his tfilah before the tzibor prays. So he said, if that's the case, what was I supposed to do? Right? I couldn't come because I needed to eat something. But I couldn't eat because I didn't pray musaf. And I couldn't pray musaf because I'm not allowed to pray before the tzibor prays. So what was I supposed to do? Amar le, so Abaye said, Lav itmar Allah Amar Rabbi Abba. Was it not said about this halacha that you just said? The Rabbi Abba said, but tzibor shanu. This thing that you're not allowed to pray before, right, before the tzibor, that's when you're with the tzibor, meaning you're not allowed to pray musaf or any tefillah before the tzibor prays. That's when you're in the shul. But if you're not in the shul, it's fine. So you should have prayed at home musaf, then you could have eaten, and then you could have come. It says the Gemara, V'lei tilchata, and the halacha is not like lo k'Rav Huna v'lo k'Rav Yeshua ben Levi. Not like Rav Huna, not like Rav Yeshua ben Levi. K'Rav Huna hadamaran, it's not like Rav Huna, this that we say that a person's not allowed to eat anything before he prays musaf. Rather, you're allowed to eat something before musaf. And K'Rav Yeshua ben Levi, halacha is not like Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Tam Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, because Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi says, Kevan shehigia zman tefilat hamincha, since the time for mincha arrives, asur lo la'adam sheet om kulum kodem sheet palei tfilat mincha. It is asur for a person to taste anything before mincha. So we see that really Rav Avya should have prayed musaf and then eaten something, and then come to the class. Also, the Gemara points out the halacha is not like Rav Huna, that you're not allowed to pray to eat before Musaf. That's not allowed. That's not true. I mean, you're allowed to eat before you pray Musaf. And we also learn that halacha is not like Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, who says that once the time for mincha arrives, you're not allowed to eat, right, anything. So that would mean technically, like now in the winter, when mincha is at 12:20, right, you would not be allowed to eat anything, right, until you pray. So if you pray at 3 o'clock every day, you would not be able to eat until 3 o'clock, right? From 12:20 to 3 o'clock, you wouldn't be allowed to eat anything.